So this is the Jris 80, which is a newest iteration from my key club that's positioning itself as a budget contender with the starting price tag of $165. A couple of notable things off the bat: disassembly is super easy because of the ball latch system, and I'm really glad to see that there's small silicone gaskets on the top side to provide some force brake for the case. There's a multitude of different dumbbell gasket options to fine-tune the typing feel, as well as a multitude of options aesthetically, like you can even change the PVD under the nav cluster or add a rotary encoder if that suits your fancy. And finally, there's a bunch of nice tidbits that they added in, like tools, coiled cable, and even a PVD artisan too. Getting to the aesthetics, there's quite a bit going on. From the top profile, we have the PVD stainless steel strip next to the RGB slits. Internally, there's this huge but really thin brass internal weight that covers where the batteries would go. Side profile-wise, it's a pretty reference square-on wedge design, which I'm actually okay with in this instance, since the bottom side has this huge PVD weight and swappable triangle badge. Overall, I would say this board does look better in person than the renders online. Still a bit hit or miss, but if it's up your alley, more power to you. Feel-wise, as this board is PCB mounted, each of the mounting tabs has 3 cutouts for the silicone dumbbells to slot into. Even with all 3 dumbbells on every tab with a palm plate, it's still quite a flexible board. With only the middle dumbbell, which is supposedly medium stiffness, the PCB will bottom out with reasonable pressure. However, when I swapped in the half alu plate, it becomes pretty negligible. There's still a good amount of give that I'm quite pleased with. I did, however, notice a sound difference going between the different dumbbell configurations. The more dumbbells, the more full the sound profile becomes, at least to me. And speaking of sound profile, this board honestly really surprised me. With a palm plate and at least 2 dumbbells in each tab with no foam, it's a decently full sounding board. It does lean itself towards being higher pitched, but there's no weird flatness, hollowness, or casing that I can pick up. I would definitely recommend something long pole to go in here, maybe a deeper sounding profile if you plan on running this board with no foam. But yeah, the mods are present sounding without being overbearing, and the alphas are crisp enough that I can't really knock this board in any reasonable way. So for the starting price tag of $165, and I have no idea how much a unit in front of me costs, would I recommend this board price to value wise? Maybe? The reason being is I judge boards based off of 4 criteria: aesthetically, acoustically, feel, and price. I would say the Jris 80 arguably fits 3 of those categories. Feel-wise, the Jris 80, it's very supple, right? Even without any flex cuts, it's a very soft typing experience. Definitely skews towards being too flexible, but still not a deal breaker whatsoever. Acoustically, for the price, I would say it's pretty acceptable across the gamut. I'm sure this board can fit the bill for whatever sound profile you're looking for. Price-wise, for $165, I would say it's a little more on the higher end of budget for that price tier. I would love to see stabs included at this price, but it's not going to break the bank whatsoever. Aesthetically, very hit or miss. There's a lot of elements that to me the board feels very bloated. The reason for the hesitation is because thinking of it from the perspective of the existing hobbyist, if I wanted a budget TKL, I'd probably already have one by now, whether like QK, Zoom, CKW, what have you, right? And thinking of it from someone who's wanting to enter the hobby, yes, the Jris 80 objectively ticks a lot of boxes, and I would just have to go get stabs, switches, keycaps, probably all in all like $280. So I'm a little conflicted. It's a good board, don't get me wrong, just not my cup of tea. But I would say if you're in the market for a new budget TKL and you vibe with the aesthetics, you definitely won't be disappointed in terms of what the Jris 80 has to offer, typing experience-wise, both physically and auditory. If I remember correctly, the group buy for this board will start sometime later this month, and I'll have all the links down in the description. But yeah, that's kind of all I got for y'all. Let me know what you think of the Jris 80 and its concoction of tidbits and features. If you want to see more of my stuff, you can click on either side of my face. But yeah, I'll see y'all soon. Take care and have a good one. Bye. Dude, my shin is on fire. The sun is just beaming on my fucking leg. All right, fuck it.